Before I start, I wanted to tell you a couple things. There's a company called Full Compass. They're out of Madison, Wisconsin, a company that I've done a lot of work with for about 17 years. They are who I buy a lot of the audio, video, lighting equipment through. There's a catalog in that room back there. It's free, so go ahead and take them. This is just a general catalog. There's a business card for Eric. His phone number is 800-356-5844, extension 1141. Shows you that's the type of relationship I have with him. He gives us a lot of good discounts. We buy a lot of equipment through AudioBuff and then through what we do in Oklahoma City. And so if you call Eric and you say that Jude told me to call you, he will give you the same price break or the same pricing that we get, which is really helpful, especially when you're on a tight budget. Also, back there, I got two literatures. This would be like my business card. On the back of it's just 3 ways that we can help. AudioBuff is an LLC, limited liability company. As you can realize, we've got liabilities, and that's mainly me, and so we need to limit how far that will go. So LLC, 3 ways that we can help. But then also, this is a booklet we made last summer for the MMRI in Oklahoma City. It just has to do with sound, and it's going to be a resource for your sound men, sound women, sound technicians, whatever you have. But the biggest thing that we have in here is cue sheets. So this is an opportunity for, during your sound check times, to start writing down what your song was. So if it's a quartet, who has lead? What is the lead? Who's singing baritone? Who's singing bass? Who's singing tenor? The solos. And then not only that, but there's an opportunity where you can write down the EQ and then also the monitor mixes. So this is an opportunity to help you, help your sound people to start on a better level every time. So the more that we document what we're doing, the more we start to get understanding. And then on the very front of this is going to be 2 sheets. It's really confusing if you don't have an ear or an eye for audio, but it has to do with the audio spectrum. The top sheet is all in reference to an 88-key piano, and it shows our references, our frequencies, and then it shows where different musical instruments and then the voices where they line up according to the piano. The chart below that is going to be how our ears perceive sound. Now, a lot of that we're not going to get into today because it's not going to be a very technically deep session, but if we start to understand how we hear sound and how we process it, then when we're trying to reproduce it for the audience, then we'll start reproducing it in a better way. So these things, they're free. If you don't have them, take them. Same with Full Compass. Full Compass has partnered with me, and I've partnered with them. I don't get a kickback. I don't get a commission from them, so they've treated me really well, and I like to pass on blessings. If I had the opportunity to redo life, one of the things I'd like to try would be like a wind turbine technician, or an opera singer, or a skydiver, spelunker, a Christian millionaire, a Christian rodeo clown. Those are important, Christian rodeo clown. One of the things that I would like to try to do in life is be into marketing. And so we've heard 2 topics on different avenues of marketing. Marketing is really fascinating because it has to do with in some ways, manipulating your mind or catching your mind. What can I do to gain your attention? What is important to you? What do you look for? It's really fascinating to study how humans perceive things. This is going to be a really interesting opener, not like we haven't had an interesting opener already. But these are all brands that are really important to me. And so when you see them, they're going to evoke an emotional response. Some people are going to be like, man, I love this stuff. Some people are going to be, this is the beginning of the Antichrist right here. This is a brand that's important to me. I make it a habit to follow this brand. It's a brand I use. It's a brand that works. It's important to me. Here's another brand that's important to me. Again, this is going to evoke a response. This is going to make some emotional connection to you. Some people drive Suburbans. Some people drive Geo Metros and Tahoes. I drive Fords. This is an important brand to me. Oh, we're not ready for that one yet. This is an important brand to me. This is an important brand to me. I wear this product 6 days a week. This is another brand that's important to me. It's yellow, it's black, it's simple, but it grabs your attention. When you see it, you know what you're getting. You're not getting a home grade tool, you're getting a contractor grade. This is another brand, obviously, that's important to me. Audio Buff. It's simple, like you talked about, but you look at this, the microphone that sits right here, this microphone actually sits on my desk at my house, 1947 RCA microphone. This year and this time frame when this microphone was designed was where a lot of the achievements that we use today in pro audio were birthed or were worked out. My logo is kind of the retro logo. It's built around this era. It says something about me. When you see this, I don't want you to see Jude Buffington, because there's other people that work with me with Audio Buff. I want you to see integrity. I want you to see craftsman. I want you to see honest. I want you to see that this is a company that's focused on independent Baptist churches and ministries. That's what I want you to see. How about this one? Your Baptist church. When your Baptist church is displayed, whatever your name is, how is it viewed? How are the people perceiving? What emotional connection are they making? Is it a connection of, my life was changed there? Is it a connection of they stand on truth? So much of what we're talking about today, and I love the theme, it has to do with how we represent ourselves. It has to do with how we are representing the one who died for us and gave us a reason to live. I think all of us could really quickly list out a list of accomplishments that say, this is why we are unworthy. This is why we fall short on a daily basis. But the one who loved us before we were lovable, the one who knew us before we even knew him, died for us. So the slogan for my company was birthed out of help from Brother Russ, and then also a mentality from Brother Hardy. A superior message demands superior communication. I believe all of us would say we have a superior message, but in our communication, are we showing that we have a superior message? So we have a superior message. Are we communicating it through a superior method, a superior means?